Hammer in. Welcome to another edition of North London Is with myself, Pete, and
Harry. Episode 2, we're ready to go.
apologies for the start last week. We had a bit of technical difficulty, put it that way, and so the whole introduction was sort of thrown off. So what I want to say is basically the whole point of what we're doing. This is to talk all things football from a Spurs perspective, these lot perspective, which is usually, as everyone knows, sort of well distanced from reality. These smug cunts, and get everyone's opinion. And feel free to join in the chat and get involved. Give him some grief. Give me some grief. I probably expect more from my own fans than theirs.
But any of those giving it in the chat, make sure you give it back.
Yeah, feel free to get involved. Don't get personal, anything like that. Keep it civil. We'll have a good laugh. So today's show is going to be about our top 3 best and worst North London Derby experiences. Now, I'll be honest, I've been to probably about 9 in my time, home and away. During the time I had a season ticket, because I had to share a season ticket, I bought into it like half, so didn't always get the Goon and Scum game. Obviously, you're a season ticket holder. You've been to all the home games.
Yeah, quite a few. Away, only been at one
Been
away.
Tottenham away. One away.
One away. One Tottenham.
You've been to one Spurs away game.
In the old executive box, mate.
Oh, that don't count.
Doing it in style.
That don't count. So you've never graced the gauntlet of Seven Sisters, no?
No. That was the only way to stay safe was
puff.
Was getting the box.
Yeah. Would you get an escort up? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and a police escort. Yeah.
Go in the car park and all that.
Yeah.
Money entrance. What was the score? What was that game?
That was a 1-1. That one. That was a 1-1. Yeah. It was I was only a little top.
All right. So not much. That was last week then. Last season.
Yeah. Well.
So we got one viewer. Thank you very much. I think I might know who that is. Anyway, let's rock and roll. I'll go first. So my best one was actually started well, but actually turned into one of the worst ones. But I went there for the bad bit. So my first one was when we drew 2-2. We got a last-minute penalty through Robbie King. You went 2-0 up in about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's the day that you got crowned champions, and then it was at our ground. That result didn't make you champion. Yeah. The other result did. So that was my first. That was my first derby, and I was like, so get in there. And I'd been to loads of games before, but that was my first derby, and the atmosphere is just something else. Especially the old White Hart Lane, it was something else. You can feel the hatred. You just want to steam across. Because I used to sit in a Paxton. Yes, which is opposite the way fan. You just want to steam in there and just fucking, you know what I mean? Because it just, you can feel the hatred. You see them all there. You think, you fucking bastards, yeah. And you all, I mean, a lot of you still smug now, but I mean, you were well smug in them days. You were rightly so, because you were the best team in the country. But fucking.
And the reason you enjoyed it was you got to see Vieira and Thierry in the flesh, didn't you? That was.
I'll be honest. The football you were playing that season. That was the Invincible season, wasn't it? Yeah. So my first derby, fucking yes, yeah. The atmosphere was just amazing. I've heard about it, but when you experience it, it's different level. So then, I remember you lot went 2-0 up. I think you went 1-0 up in 2 minutes. I was like, oh, here we go. Do you know what I mean? First derby, we get pumped.
Yeah.
Because obviously you were on for. I think you could have won the league if you won the game. But if you had to win the league that day, so everyone was like, can't fucking let them win. Whatever happens, do not fucking let them win. Yeah, so 2-0 up, 2 minutes, 2-0 up. Oh fuck me, here we go. Yeah, I think it was Vieira, and then I think about 15 minutes later, Pires, because that fuck always scored against us, and I was like, oh no. And then second half, we came out a bit better. I remember Jamie Redknapp scored a banger. From about 25 yards, we always barn it and shit. It's the only thing he did for Spurs, I think. That I can remember. And then it was the last minute we had a corner, and I was right behind that goal. And then that's when Keane stood on, I think it was Lenzema's toe, and Lehman went bananas.
Yeah,
and it all kicked off, and it was great. And then obviously we got the penalty, and Robbie King, bang, top corner. Fucking thank fuck for that. And we went absolutely mental. Yeah, I remember about 3 people on my head. I mean, I fell down about 2 rows. It was carnage. And then not long after, as we're going out, we get the result. I think it was Chelsea had dropped points or something, if I remember correctly. And then you were crowned champions, and then I'd already gone by then. You lot were dancing on the pitch. I was like, thank fuck we missed that. I mean, I blame the club for allowing that to happen. I bet you lot.
Well, didn't they? Wasn't that the Thierry Henry story that they told him, or the ref told him he weren't allowed to? They weren't allowed to celebrate on the pitch.
Yeah, I wouldn't have allowed it. That's what I'm thinking. One of my biggest critics of Daniel Levy. He allowed it. You lot, fuck off. That's what I said. You lot, go and piss off at. Yeah.
Probably wanted some sponsorship airtime on the telly. That's why he wanted it.
Yeah. So I wouldn't allowed that, and I think most of the fans had gone as they wouldn't allowed it either, because no one really knew what had gone on until we got out.
Yeah.
But here we go. My mate Giuseppe, all over in America. You all right, mate? He's asked you a question.
Off top here, he could be anything, couldn't he? He could be the next Bruno Fernandes, or he could just be fucking useless, really. Not really seen him play. Looking back on from last season, he got a lot of assists, but he was never really a starter for them. He made a lot of substitute appearances. So he's obviously one for the future, but we'll have to see what he's like if he can stay fit. That is.
Yeah, I've heard he's got some health problems. Giuseppe knows he's Portuguese, so he knows all the Portuguese league and the players and that. He's our Portuguese man. He said he's got some health problems. He said he's got some health problems. Plus, he's built like a sparrow's kneecap as well, isn't he? So
yeah, he might I think he might have to muscle up a little bit. But again, that's where he's going to play. He said he wants to play 10, but
I got a feeling you might have a vacancy in midfield soon. If Twitter's anything to believe.
I don't think he's a defensive midfielder, but he said he wants to play 10. But I think Arteta's looking at him as an 8. But he said, well, he's not going to get him above Odegaard. Always captain.
Not be your captain, yeah.
So I think it'd be a Europa League game, see what he's like, and then if he can do it, he'll come in, wouldn't he? Yeah. But to me,
how much you pay for him?
There's a lot of money with him. 35, was it? 30?
Oh, it's a lot of money.
So there must be something there. But injuries, but he's got tons of talent. Well, see? Yeah, I think he's again how will he adapt to the Premier League? As you say, he's built like a bloody pencil, isn't he? So how he'll adapt, I don't know. But that is an interesting one. We'll see what he's like.
Has he played yet pre-season? I've not heard him.
He only started training yesterday.
What the fuck? Where's he been?
Well, he had as soon as he signed, he passed his medical, and then the next day he had a boot on. I don't know what he had done, but he travelled to America and all that. But
is he the next Wilshere? Is he get injured signing the contract?
Well, yeah, he must have tripped over the chair coming out or something.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I think Europa League games will be his and League Cup games, and then let's see how he does. See if he can adjust, and then we'll go from there. I think there's a lot of money to spend on someone you don't know.
Yeah. If he does well, he'll be going to City.
Well, yeah. Doesn't like have him instead of Saka. That's fine.
No, they're both, mate. So back on subject. Thank you, Giuseppe, for that one, mate. So that was my best and sort of. It weren't one of my worst because obviously the shit happened after I was gone. Because you get back to the car, you get fucking get back on the 406. You know what I mean? Get home because traffic around there's murder where the old water lane. Yeah.
Thierry running around with Sol Campbell running around with the old fake trophy.
Well, fucking hell, that would have been murder. Judas. Yeah. So the atmosphere on that was the one that gave me. Because to be honest, I've only seen us beat you twice. Out of all there, mate. A couple of draws, more losses, unfortunately.
Well, we mentioned a bit earlier. My third best was that, as I say, for some reason my dad had it. We got in this box And I was only, must have been about 5 or 6. I was only little. And so we're in there. And obviously on the way up, he's saying to me, whatever you do, don't tell anyone you're an Arsenal fan, blah, blah, blah. Scared the life out of me. So he gets in there and then watching the game, I think we went 1-0 down. And then Ray Parlour scored. It was only a 1-1, but then afterwards, we're in the bar, obviously where all the boxes, they all meet in the bar afterwards. Guy walks in, buys a pint, like Arsenal tracksuit, buys a pint and goes and puts it on a table in a corner and just walks off. It's odd, just watching him. Next thing, Ray Parlour come in, obviously pretending he was in the shower or something. He's necked this pint, gone up, got another one. And that obviously while he's having his second one, me and my dad went up to him, got like a signed autograph of the program, signed program, all personalised, and then he sort of wandered off. I assume he just got a coach home, but you don't often see the players, especially not nowadays. You wouldn't see the players in the bar afterwards.
No, not anymore. That was the old days, wasn't it?
But yeah, it was only him. Like no one else come up with him. But yeah, it was just odd that I'd assume he just.
Because he's probably only English player on your team then, wasn't he?
Well, yeah. I assume he told Wenger. Yeah, Tony Adams was off the drink then, so he couldn't go with him. But yeah, I assume he told Wenger, "I'm just gonna go in the shower or something," and just
I'm gonna have a quick turn. I'm gonna have a quick turn out before we get on the bus.
Yeah,
quick turn out.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So to be honest, I've never been in the executive stuff at the old White Hart Lane, and I don't know how I've ever been able to afford it to get the new one either.
Yeah, I assume he got it through the company at the time, and he was obviously meeting clients or something, and then I turn up.
Yeah, it all went downhill.
Yeah.
All right, so one of my worst was you beat us 3-1. That's when we went 1-0 up, and then they added by your fucking worldie and Cesc Fabregas worldie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the Martin Yole season. I think the season he got sacked.
Very similar goals and all, weren't they? In the same.
Well, they're both worldies, yeah.
Flicked it up, gosh, yeah.
Apart from the match being shit, yeah, and the result absolute wronging is before the game, me and my mate were walking down because we used to have a pint in the Oyster Park up sort of out the permit area, and then you had to go in a pub where my mate to collect the tickets because it was all season ticket sharing. Walk through Northumberland Park to the ground, and then that day it was a lunchtime kickoff, which they're normally the fucking horrible games they are.
Yeah,
and there was a little stand with some page 3 birds from the Sun. So me and my mate were like, "Fucking hello, yeah, we'll have a bit of that." So we're chatting.
One of your best ones, isn't it?
Well, it could have been, yeah. And then so we're like, "Oh fucking hell, we got to get in there." So we're like, "Oh," and like, they give us this foamy hand, like a big foam hand you stick on and wave around. Yeah, it was like after more than a foam hand here, and so it was, what do we do? Like, it's page 3 birds here, but it's the Arsenal game. So, like a couple of mugs, we went and watched the game. Obviously, game kicked off, same sort of thing. The atmosphere is great, pure hatred all the time. Do you know what I mean? We love it. And then, someone's dropped in, Stephen Hughes. All right, son, how's it going?
Stephen's here.
Yeah. And then, game kicks off. We go 1-0 up with a Bale free kick, and we're like, yes, boys, here we go. And it was a good game, actually. We were strong in that half. You weren't the Invincibles then, but you were still a top team, sort of there or thereabouts.
Yeah, Zicky and all that. I mean,
I think we finished the half 1-0 up. Happy Christmas, because all the goals were in the south end, because I was always sat in the Paxton. So then half time comes. I remember first goal was added by someone crossed it, and Paul Robinson was like a vampire, afraid of crosses, never came out for it. I think he out-jumped Michael Dawson. Bosh. I was at 1-1. Oh, fucking hell. Then as the game got on, you lot just took control of the game. And then I think Fabregas scored a screamer from like 30 yards.
Yeah, I do remember it. Yeah.
If I remember it, Robertson, I was looking right at it, and I was like, oh, fucking here we go.
Was he?
Obviously, your fans are only there in the corner as well. You know what I mean, all 30,000 wankers over there. And they're jumping up and down. You're like, oh, fucking hell, 1-0 now. Because that game, I don't know how you feel about them games, but they're just nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I don't enjoy them.
I hate them. I love the occasion, but the build-up and all that. More so now because of Facebook. Because where I'm from, all Gooners. Yeah, I'm from Camden, so all my family are Gooners. Most of my mates are Gooners. My Facebook is full of fucking Gooners. So it's just non-stop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, my
fucking,
mates are more Tottenham fans.
Oh yeah. So fucking my Facebook gets the banner. I get fucking absolute slaughtered. My WhatsApp's pinging off. Well, not so much back in them days. There weren't none of that. But do you know what I mean? These days, like, oh, if we lose it, it's gonna be talking about it for that whole week. So then,
so that's the problem.
Yeah.
All people give anything. Even sort of last season, you could be 3-0 up. We was 3-0 up, and I'm still sitting there thinking we're going to throw this away.
Yeah. That's what I said. We were 3-0 up our ground. I was like, we can still win this. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Back in them days, once you scored, you just knew because you were a much better team than us. To be fair, that Steve says on your MySpace wall. Yeah, yeah. That was probably then. Yeah, spent ages doing it, and some come plaster a load of shit all over it. So then after suffering the scream, I was like, here we go. And then you just took the control of the game. And then the last one was Adebayor where he got it, flicked it up, and then volleyed it, smashed it in the top corner. From like, oh, that was an amazing goal. And I was like, oh, we got well and truly pumped there. So then me and my mate were like, all right, fuck this. Yeah, this game's over. Let's go outside and find them page 3 birds. Naturally, you go out there, gone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like, fucking gone. Oh, wish we stayed out here a bit longer now, chatting to them. Maybe I got somewhere. Yeah, two Raven Salts, page 3 birds, and we go and watch football, get pumped, come back, gone. So there's like a double-edged sword there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. You got double whammy. You got fucking done both ends.
So that's my one. That's one good, one bad for me.
Right, my third worst was a night. It was a night game at the Emirates. It was fucking. You do a day's work. You travel up there, and we got fucking pumped 2-0. I remember it. Dele Alli, when for some reason our defence, Harry Kane got the ball. They decided to.
Oh yes.
The old cavalry charge. He flicked it over, and Ali took one touch and then lobbed it over the keeper.
Oh, I remember that game. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than you say I'm facing the manager's dugout, so it went straight past me. You're watching the whole way, and then right in my left eye, all you can see is them away fans up and down, and you think you cunts. And we was on a good run at the time. And I remember it and thought we're going to do these pretty easily.
If I remember, I think you beat us in the league derby that season.
Yeah.
You beat us in the league game. I think it's about 4-2 or something. So that was a nice bit of revenge.
Yeah. And it was a League Cup game, was it? I think it was a League Cup game.
Yeah, it was League Cup. Yeah, because we went to the final, I think, in the end, or the semi-final.
Yeah, I remember at the time. I think that's the reason I was so confident was Wenger had all week been saying about how he's going to play the kids. He'll play the kids, blah blah blah. Just the kids playing, and then the team sheet come out, and it was basically the first team. So I think what he had tried to do was a bit of mind games because he wanted to win something, and that's it. Next thing, I think, hang about, we're going to smash these. Just got pumped. Didn't have a kick in the game really. I think it was 2-0, and it was an easy 2-0. You know.
Yeah, I remember that Son got the first one. That's when, well, these days the same thing applies really when you can't defend. Once that big back, once that solid back line went, your defence has been shit for years, and it's easy to break through. Got another question from Giuseppe. He says, "Is the North London the best rivalry in England?"
It's 100%.
All day long.
The best rival game.
All day long.
100%. Because what's the others? You got City, Man United have only been good lately, but now City just pump them.
Steve says Man United, Liverpool, but I think that's historically. I think that was, but not anymore. That was just a big game in context because it was just two successful teams.
But in
terms of a local rivalry, the North London Derby is heads and shoulders better than everything, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's not a biased opinion. That's a fact.
It's the quality of game and all. There's always goals in the North London Derby, send-ins off. Yeah. Man United, Liverpool games always 0-0.
Yeah,
1-0 Liverpool or 1-0 Man United, and there's never 4-1s, 5-1s regularly.
No, and plus they're not local rivals. They're fucking miles apart. A local rivalry, in terms of the local rivalry, you got obviously Liverpool, Everton. I think that's well overrated. That's why it gets dressed up every year. Is going to be some great game, and my time that's pants. because the teams are far apart. Man United, Man City, as you say, is always a big game, but these days City just take the piss out of them if they want it.
Or the worst derby in history, was it Brighton Palace, isn't it?
Yeah.
What fuck's that one?
Yeah, that's how close they are. But
Yeah.
South London to Brighton's a long way.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, you could be classed as that. You could be. I bet Palace probably would have your derby back in the day when you was down at Woolwich.
No.
Before you decided to emigrate over here.
We'll try to show before we showed you what proper football was.
Nah, mate.
North London.
Giuseppe. We both agree on this. The North London Derby is the best derby. The games are rarely boring. There's always something going on. As you say, there's always goals. There's normally a sending off. 9 times 10 is Jacker. The atmosphere is top notch. And the game, you just can't call it. The form book definitely goes out the window. Normally, like with the Scouse Derby, Liverpool are going to win these days, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Back in the day when you were winning leagues and we was like fucking around at 10th, 11th, there was still that game was the one game where you'd beat everyone else all week, but then before that game, you'd always struggle, especially at White Hart Lane.
Well, I think when you
we'd always nick a draw, or you'd nick a draw in the last minute because that's where the 12th man comes in properly in that game.
Yeah, if you look back on the history, very rarely does the team do a double in the North London Derby in a season.
Maybe in your peak Wenger years, but quite often it was normally a smash and grab at White Hart Lane, and we'd probably pump you for the whole game because we never had any quality players like you had. We just get suckered in the end. Like Kanu doing it, fucking Perez always doing it. Vieira doing it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think the other derbies are overhyped, well overhyped, especially the Scouse one. They dress that up, and for me, that's always. I think what was that? That was shit.
Yeah. I can't say get like Birmingham, Villa, but still nothing on. Not for quality as well.
No. But I don't know how you feel. I do feel sort of last couple of years it's getting a bit too friendly for my liking.
Well, I think.
Well, I think that changed when you came this season, our home game.
Yeah,
all this clapping, Saka bollocks and all that.
A lot
of
it.
You let your country down, wanker.
I think a lot of it's the manager, and don't get sent off. Keep to 11.
Yeah, but even the fans. I mean, I remember Saka turned up last year because all that shit after the World Cup, they're clapping him and all that. Fuck off. There's nothing personal against him. No, fucking little cunt. Fuck off.
We didn't clap him. Even though he's one of us, we didn't clap him.
Yeah. That's what I mean. All that sort of stuff. But I was pleased when we had that. And before anyone jumps on me, I don't condone any racist abuse or anything like that. But for North London Derby, you don't praise the opposition. I don't care. You can do it after the game, before the game, but during the 90 minutes, no. Or before we're in that stadium, no, don't happen.
Yeah, well, look, Stephen, I clapped him. He was
a fucking idiot. That's why.
Tourist fan, is he?
Yeah, no chance, mate. I was like, you fucking cunt. Yeah? And that's not because he missed the penalty, because he plays for you lot.
Well, exactly right. Yeah.
I don't care about that. They all set up to foul them 3 lads by Southgate. That was his fault. I don't blame the players. I blame him, that tosser. But no way do they get clapped. It was a friendly, for fuck's sake. No such thing. No such thing. Not having it. No such thing. Is a friendly between us two. No such thing.
That's what. Yeah. I get it. Pre-season now. What's all that about? Barcelona playing Real Madrid in pre-season games.
Money maker, innit? It's because there's probably Saudi Prince has paid for it get his son to watch it. He's paid him more £1 million to turn up. Do you know what I mean?
I hope they don't fall into that stupid trap of like going out game friendly in Q8, Arsenal versus Tottenham. You know what I mean? I don't play.
Yeah.
Keep it to the serious stuff.
That's it. Even the women's now is getting a bit, because they're getting a bit crowds in there for the Arsenal game, which is good.
Yeah, I see
your teams wipe the floor with our women every week, every time they play.
Yeah, the last derby they had at the actual Emirates, didn't they, for the women?
Yeah, so and we've had it at the new stadium.
Yeah,
which is good. That's what it needs. What have we got here? Women's teams partner. So I was reading through the comments. Yeah, our away record there is shocking. So my next game is
your next best or worst?
Worst. was the 5-2 with Adebayor.
Yeah.
When he got sent off. Now I used to live in Camden. I live in Camden then. I used to walk to the ground, to your ground. You know, so I didn't wear any colours. Anyone who says they'll walk through the opposite team's ground with colours on, like on your own, bollocks. Yeah, because you're just going to get your head kicked in, or you're just going to get terrorised. Yeah, so you just don't do it. So I used to walk down through the Cali. For anyone who lives around there knows what that is. Down to your ground, round Drayton Park, meet my mate to get the ticket, or sometimes depends what time it is. I'd have to go to Wood Green to meet them, and then go on a train to come back basically to where I live.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And hang on, sorry, I'm getting a thing here. Why am I getting that?
You're clicking on it, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, all right. They keep showing hide on the thing. Anyway, I won't ponce around with that. I think that's it. Yeah, hide. Okay. So yeah, 5-2. So we start the game. That was AVB.
Yeah.
We'll start really well. Obviously, you're there because you've seen Tig older. 1-0 up. I think Defoe scored.
No, I think it was Adebayor, wasn't it?
Was he got the first one?
Yeah, it was Adebayor.
Yeah, I remember he got one of them because I remember obviously we had away. He was surrounded by him. The Gooners, they hate him, don't he? He's like Judas. He's like Campbell for
well,
fucking
you're saying this is going to be my next second best.
No, I bet it will. Yeah,
this game. Yeah, Adebayor. As soon as he came out, you could see he was so pumped for that game.
Yeah.
Then he scored, and it made it even worse for him.
Yeah, because then he was getting serious abuse. 2-0 up, we're cruising. We're absolutely cruising. Him and Defoe and Bow are taking you apart. You're like, oh, we're going to get a win here. Yeah, because we're just fucking flying. I remember we were pretty solid back then defensively. We were sometimes boring to watch under AVB, but can be quite effective when we had Bale and Defoe, Adebayor. So I think two up top as well in that sort of game. You don't see that often. Do you know what I mean? But we were. No, Steve, not that one. That was another one. Another 5-2. Yeah. I weren't at that one. So then as you say, so pumped up, goes in for a tackle on, was it Cazorla, wasn't it? I used to hate that cunt because he's a great player, but he had proper Spanish in him where he'd go down rolling around and all that. Adebayor barely touched him.
He
rolled around the floor. Yeah, he was a quality, but he's the only player when you used to bring him on that used to worry me. Yeah, sort of when in your later times when you had him, I was like, I'm not worried about anyone else, but I know if he comes on, he's going to do something because he's a very good player. He was cheating fucker.
Yeah, he was clever. He's the only player I've ever known that could
cheat.
Go and take a corner right footed. It would go off for a corner the other side. He'd run around and take a left footed.
Yeah, he looked like a little penguin.
Amazing player. Amazing.
He looked like a corner of penguin. A bit of a slot box on him, and then only a little frumpy thing, wasn't he? But he was a very good player. Shame what happened to him with his injuries and that. He wouldn't have played for you for long if he did. He'd have been Barcelona bound, I think. But anyway, so he rolls around the floor like a tart. And obviously, being away, the fans all over the place. The refs just can't handle it. They normally go with the crowd, don't they? Whatever it is.
Yeah, that when he done him was right in front of me. It was right on the touchline, and it was right there. I was right there, basically in line with it when it happened.
Yeah, made out he broke his leg. Then he gets up, starts running the game. So he gets sent off, and then this fucking bang, bang, bang.
That was.
Was it 5-2 or 5-3? Was it 5-3? Because I remember Bale scored in that game as well.
I think Bale
did Adebayor. Yes, sorry, Adebayor got one. Defoe didn't score.
Bale got a second.
Because that was a great goal.
Mertesacker got his.
They was all fucking scoring the first
goal. His first goal for Arsenal was that one, I think.
Yeah, it took him half hour to get back in his half for the kickoff. Yeah, snail. But yeah, I remember Bale scored a worldie in that as well. He took about 3 players on with his right foot and just smashed it in your bottom corner.
Yeah.
But by that the game was done. I think they made it 5-2. But I was like, oh, fuck! Every time we feel like we're going to get a win here, that shit happens.
Yeah.
Especially at your ground, we don't perform there. We never have.
That was we always seem to have in them big games. You have a knack for if we score one on like the 12th minute, We'll then score again on the 13th minute, and then one on the 18th minute.
Yeah, it's bang, bang, bang. Yeah,
as we start getting on a roll, that's it. Bang, bang, bang.
That was you back in the day.
Yeah,
that sort of Wenger. Then
once
you get going, you got to stop it because you get fucking hurt. I remember many times against teams like United who will going for the league, and you lot will ponce around and fourth. But when you come out, if you come out and you're allowed to start fast and get going, it pains me to say it, but you could score 3 in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and the game's done.
We was always quite good at that. So we'd
anything is good defend.
You'd get on a roll, you'd just get on a roll and just be
So once you get that momentum, it's very hard to stop sometimes. Like fuck's sake. So obviously we're man down, crowd all over it. Fucking it was painful. Just bang, bang. And you think might get back into it. Bang again. You're like, oh mate. Then I got to walk home for all this shit and all. Do you know what I mean? Walking around, smug gooners everywhere. And I remember Spurs fans were like getting the ump and sort of getting a bit rowdy because they're pissed off. And then there was like an army, we were trying to get out, and the coppers are trying to keep us in. And there's like an army of about 10 coppers, and there's like 3,000 here. So mate, if we decide to go, you lot are gonna be like set of Skittles. Yeah, you lot gonna turn into 10 pancakes. You get flattened. So I had to fucking walk all the way home with that. And then I get home and then all the abuse starts. You know what I mean? Phone starts going off.
That's the result. The result's the easy.
It's a one-off game, but it just lingers, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the tell you. It's bad enough for that you got the but that's the easy bit really. Is then when you get back and you start having a look.
Yeah, the grief starts. Yeah. And I'm one of the ones. If I give it, I got to take it. I'm not one of the ones who gives it up before the game. My mate Steve does. One's in the chat. He's done it a few times and gives it large sometimes before the game. We're going to smash him and all that. I just can't do it because I just know it's not going to happen. I've got plenty who do it to me as well, and then they're the ones I visit first. You know what I mean? But normally, I just shut up because you know what I mean. There's no point enlarging it because you just don't know. You just do not know. Form goes out the window. Plenty of times where we've been rumping the season, we're playing well, we're smashing teams. Arsenal away. You think we're going to do these? You lot are probably an 8th or something, all over the gaff. That game, we'll be 2-0 up and end up losing it. Yeah, because it just changes like that. Do you know what I mean? On a moment.
Yeah,
remember one
that 12th man thing, isn't it? Definitely is.
I remember one just off like sort of honourable mention of a bad game, but Cardi's gone to Poch. We're 2-0 up, and we lose 4-2, and you think, how the fuck does that happen? We were all over it, and then that's one of Poch's biggest failings. He never react. I remember he did like 2 subs in that game, and then changed. I think I can't remember what it was. It might have been Emery changed it up, and then naturally Poch didn't react, and then we end up getting smashed.
I remember that game. We were going for a bad run of form then, and all. I thought we were going to get beat.
Yeah. So we were going for a strong run.
Yeah.
So you think this game we're going to go there, we're going to fucking annihilate these fuckers.
Even Lacazette scored from outside the area, didn't he?
Oh, fucking hell. I remember Aubameyang did. I think Lacazette took the
scored. Lacazette and then Torreira.
I think it took a deflection. Yeah, that little prick. Yeah.
Got the last shirt off. Around the head. Come on, boys.
Yeah, and you never saw him again after that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So that's probably both of ours.
Yeah, well, I say that Eddie by all one. That was going to be my my second best. So, you've nicked that one. We've done that one.
Giuseppe, anytime we lose to Arsenal, it hurts. It does, mate. It's so one game I just do not want to lose. I don't care about every other game. Chelsea, West Ham, because I ain't got many of them fans on my social media, or I know a few of them, but they're not like close acquaintances. It's the fucking Arsenal game. People will come out in the woodwork covered in sawdust and shit where they've been hiding in the woodwork for most of the season. And then, where have you been, you fucking arsehole? Giving it large. It's a one game I do not want to lose.
Yeah.
I can live with not winning it. Just do not fucking lose it.
Right, what have I got here? I got my second worst. It was a league game. It was an midweek evening game. You don't often get them. In front of Derby.
Great, best games they are.
Yeah, you might know we were 3-1 up, 3-2, then we went 4-2 up, and you got 2 goals in the last 2 minutes.
Was that the Aaron Lennon one?
It was.
Hey, that's when David Bentley scored for like 50 yards, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Ben got one. David Bentley. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, and then we 89th minute you scored. Just hold on. We win 4-3, and then. I think it was Genius, was it, who shot from about 50 yards. Almunia spilled it. and Aaron Lennon. Is it Aaron Lennon come running in
at the end? Yeah,
smashed it in. Yeah, 4-4. So it's not even a bad. It is a bad result after being 4-2 up with 2 minutes to go. But I just hate them games where you score 4 goals and you still can't win. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
I remember that game, watching that.
Then the fans, obviously, because it's a 4-4 and you've scored last two in the last minute. Basically, it feels like a win for you lot.
Yeah, it was. I remember Redknapp had been in charge about 2-3 games by then. And actually, I remember watching that. Steve in the chat was in Randy's house. It was me, him, my other mate Sparky, and his stepbrother Damien, who was a gooner. So you can imagine we start giving it large after Bentley's goal. Yeah. And then we got to tolerate this fucker. Yeah, giving it large. Not once, not twice, 3 times. Do you know what I mean? Jumping around, giving it large. I mean, we're looking at free kick his head in a minute. Yeah. And then by the end of it, we're all over him. Do you know what I mean? We're jumping on him and all that. It was fucking a mental game. But I remember our defending again. Robinson in goal. Anytime a cross comes in, just don't guarantee goal. Just like a vampire, completely petrified of crosses. I mean, it's Gala scored.
Yeah.
He scored one, but then the second half we just fell apart. I remember Hutton trying to do something and falling over. No, he passed it to one of your players. So yeah, cheers. Yeah, took a whole back 4 out of the game, and then Van Persie smashing it in, and I think Adebayor got one. I can't remember who else got one. It was Adebayor, Gallas. I can't remember who else got one. It might have been one got 2.
Adebayor's got quite a few in the derby.
We had Gomez in goal, who was basically like a sieve half the time.
Well, we had fucking Almunia that day. He was fucking awful.
Yeah, and then I remember Bent gets one. I remember Hollister had a shot. Your keeper, Almunia was pony. He spills it. Darren Bent tears in, bottom corner. Okay. I think that when made it 3-2, and that's when he got the fourth. Was that was that revival done. That was a quick revival out the window.
Yeah, I think when I looking back today to think it was we'd scored 1 minute after you made it 3-2.
Yeah,
1 minute after.
That was when Hutton fucked it up.
So it must have been straight from kickoff.
Yeah, it was Hutton. Yeah, we was playing it. We go, all right, let's keep it. Let's calm down, and we'll go again. Alan Hutton just does a blind pass into someone, one of your players, and that's it. And obviously the whole back 4 moved up a bit. In he goes, and then we squared it. Van Persie fucking absolutely lashed it through Gomez and played through the net. You heard that net when it goes ping.
Yeah.
Even on a loose net when it goes smash, and you're like, oh fucking hell. So then after that, Lennon, Gina scored a worldie. I think one of your players stacked it on that and all.
Yeah.
It might have been Clichy. Was it Clichy? He tried to do something, fell over, and then Genius robbed him. And then that was a great goal. That goal gets underrated.
I just remember that last goal was horrific.
Yeah, I remember it very well.
It wasn't even a good shot. It was fucking useless. It was from miles out. It was
Modric. It took a deflection, didn't it? It was Modric. It took a deflection.
Modric,
he brought it down, had a shot. It took a deflection off someone.
Yeah, it was going nowhere near.
And then come off the post, and then Lennon, and that was it. I remember looking away, and it was just carnage. It was carnage in Steve's front room, and it was it was carnage there. We were all over him, and he's about 7 foot. This lad, and we all that you can't. You know what I mean, it was
them games are just made.
Yeah, Amunia's been done by a couple of worldies in the derbies, as Steve says. He's in goal. Danny Rose, that one.
Yeah. That was his debut, wasn't it? Danny Rose.
Yeah.
It was his Premier League debut, at least.
Yeah, I think that was his first start.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
he come in and did that, and then he tore around the pitch for about 10 minutes after that, and then got subbed off. I think he was fucked.
Yeah, he didn't do anything after that, did he? You know, that was his that was his Spurs highlight one moment.
Yeah, for a cut the season, then we loaned him out, and then he come back and was a quality left back. So another shit one for me was what have I done? I've done the 5-2, the 3-1. Yeah, the cup game. I mean, we played you on a cup on a Saturday night in the FA Cup, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and it was in January. I think it was the 3rd round. We got you in the 3rd round or the 4th round or something. And it was a weird game because it looked like neither team was bothered. Really, I think we might have been in the Champions League then or something. And yeah, Steve, he said the 5-1 game. Yeah, these were great games. I remember watching out of Power League and Barnet on that one. But anyway, back to my one. So that day was miserable as it is because I'd had a bit wrong in stomach, so I'd had the fucking shits. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, I gotta go. So I'm fucking knocking back Imodium. Walk down there naturally, all surrounded by gooners everywhere, and it was an absolute turnip of a game. What a load of shit! I think you beat us 2-0. That's when I don't know. I can't remember who scored or nothing. That's when Walcott got carried off and did the old fucking 2-0.
Oh yeah.
Little wanker. Yeah, giving it large. And then and I remember getting thrown a little bottle of Merlot come down on us from above. What always made me laugh and still does is when we go to the Emirates, you're supposed to have like 3,000 and 2 tiers, but your health and safety people with the police make it so we can't have that, since we got to be penned in the bottom.
Somehow
you lot, your health and safety people, managed to swing that one. So then we get pinned on and get all shit thrown at us. I remember a bottle of Merlot come over a load of us. Someone had poured it and then thrown it. And being in your ground, that's probably worth about 20 quid. Do you know what I mean? I remember seeing your prices. I remember I had a sausage roll, and that was about 6 quid or something. Like, yeah, take the fucking piss or what?
Yeah,
and then a drink. There's only a small area for the away fans, isn't it? A little small concourse, not that you don't drink.
It's right in the corner, isn't it?
Yeah. So fucking hell. And because I ain't eaten all day, obviously because I had the shits, so I thought I'll have a little sausage roll here. So once I applied for credit to pay for that, do you know what I mean? And a Coke and a straw as well, not even a bottle, like the old cinema shit. And then I said second half I get the old bottle of Merlot thrown over me.
Yeah, lovely.
Like, at least leave the lid on, then I can do something with that. I said someone spent a lot of money on that.
Well, to you, it's worth it, isn't it?
Well, probably to them.
That's his money well spent.
It could have been worse. Do you know what I mean? Could have been Johnny Cash, like he got his old boy out and had a slash. I mean, it's probably happened before. You just don't know about it. You ain't gonna look up. I do remember going back to that 5-2 game. I was sitting. Well, I didn't stand really, right next to the borderline with the fans, with your fans, and I think there was a couple of punch ups across the over the stewards and all that. A couple of coins got tearing. I remember a pound coin going fucking chung past my face. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I think now
the geezer, the pound coin. Now they put a whole stand now, innit? Yeah.
They put the netting down for about six seats across.
Yeah, because people was leaving across. You fucking I remember that. That was mental. So fucking hell. But it's the hatred. It is that hatred just for them 90 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
You turn into head case.
Walking back to the car after the game, and all of a sudden, fucking groups from nowhere, and they start fucking bosh, and
that's it. Yeah.
The station.
Normally, you lot get when you come down to White Lane, you get battered down Tottenham High Road. I'll put escort you about 500 yards, and then the fans just wait down the end. I remember that hearing about it. So it was waiting just wait after the old bill. All right, see you later then. Yeah, there they come round. Wallop.
Yeah. Cheers for that. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I don't condone any of that. I think it's fucking pointless fighting at football, but you get people that want to do it. But yeah, I remember that game. That was shit, and I was like, I wish I'd stayed at home now because I didn't want to go to the games only because I paid for a ticket, and your price is like £60, fucking £62 to get in the ground, an away ticket at the Emirates. It's fucking Liberty. You're the highest away ticket in the league by a mile. Probably still, no, it's £30 now. It's capped, isn't it?
£30,
yeah. Yeah. That was another painful experience.
Yeah, what we got now? Look, my best one was, and you'll probably remember, it was an early kickoff. I don't really like the early kickoffs.
No, they're normally shit because no one's woke up.
Well, yeah, no one's had time to fucking get refreshed, have they?
Yeah, get tanked.
But your old mate Cesc Fabregas scored, and then from kickoff, he nicked the ball again.
Oh, I remember this. Another Redknapp game. It was like 3-0 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then scored a fucking pinger.
I remember that. Yeah, we just went 1-0 down, and then kicked off, and then he ran through the whole team.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck? I remember that game. We had a few injuries. I remember we had a few injuries that game, but you're like, what the fuck are you lot doing? He just ran through all of them.
One of them you're celebrating, and you look round. Oh fuck me, he's in a box again, Bosh.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I remember that. I remember watching that. But that was another game, I think, when we was sort of the informed team out of the two of us, and then we go there and just completely cold.
It's one of them. Say not very often, other than probably what you did to Leicester. Really, not very often do you see a team score, get the ball back, and score again.
No, it's good. But I remember watching that. I was like, oh fucking hell! Phones going ping, ping, ping.
That second one in the atmosphere was ridiculous.
Because that was Facebook then. Facebook was in his early days when most people were on it. So I was getting ping, ping. How you can't.
But that atmosphere was fucking mental. It was fucking.
I bet it was. So that leaves me. That leaves me with two. Oh, don't. But them experiences, just watching that, you think, fucking hell, why? Why?
Why? You save yourself all week for what's going to happen. And
the play, what makes me laugh is the players give it all the bigger, and we're focused on this game. It's all about go there and don't turn up. For fuck's sake. I mean, it's invariably us that do it. Our team never had that winning mentality because we ain't got history of winning trophies, unfortunately, where you sort of had just a few players left in that team from like your peak Invincibles team who were kids and then like Fabregas, Van Persies, who were young, sort of played with the Omris and all the rest of it, the Vieiras. There's your last of that sort of crop. We were kids then, but senior players there. So they sort of had that mentality, whereas we had no one. Because Levy, being a tight arse, never bought any of them, never bought top players. So we were just fart arsing around. So that is me with two good ones, doesn't it?
Two good ones, is it?
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I've got my shit ones out of the way. First one was AVB season. I think it was the return game, the home game from after the 5-2. We went 2-0 up very quickly. Actually, it was 2 goals were identical. I mean, Lennon got the first one. You played a high line, no pressure on the ball, and then I think a through ball completely in behind your line. Bale goes in. I think this was his peak season, the season that before we left. Yeah, he goes through 1-0. Bosh. Fucking yes, fans are going mental. Another turning point on that was we were ahead of you for the fourth place. And then I remember AVB, he gave that whole downward spiral speech. Do you remember that one? Saying you lot were in a downward spiral and all that.
Oh, yeah. Trying the old mind games, does he?
Yeah. And we were well ahead of you for the fourth place because you lot just couldn't defend for shit. And nothing's changed there. Yeah. So then next about 10 minutes later, exact same thing again. You lot playing really high, no pressure on the ball. I can't remember, it might be Sigerson or someone, or I think it might be Scott Parker actually. Lennon makes a run past who's a Spanish left back used to have with the blonde hair.
Oh, Monreal.
That's it, yeah. Left in for absolute fucking dust.
Through ball. Is they call him?
Cobra.
Oh no, was he? Because he was. What's the goat in
Spanish? I got a few names for him beginning with C, but they're not fucking Cobra. I can tell you that.
What's Spanish for goat? That's what they used to call him. Le Cabra or something.
I don't know.
Something like that. That was his nickname. Yeah.
Fuck do I know? And then so Giuseppe might know, although he's Portuguese, but he might know a little bit. So then 2-0. We're rocking and rolling. We're jumping around. The fans are going nuts. Atmosphere's off the clock. Do you know what I mean? And here we go. 4th place is going to be ours here. And then Mertesacker scores, I think, a header. And I thought, oh no, here we go. And it was proper.
Yeah.
The whole game, because you went on top then. It was like, oh, here we go. They're going to get another one. It was written. But lucky enough, we held out, and it was fucking great. And then after that, I remember we fell off the rails a bit, and then it went neck and neck for the rest of the season. I remember you nicked the 4th spot on the last game of the season. I think you scored 1-0, beat Newcastle 1-0 in typical fucking fashion. I think it's Koscielny scored some shitty goal.
Yeah. Was it West Brom?
No, it was no. I remember that was another year. It was definitely Newcastle because I was at the game. That's when Bale scored a worldie against Sunderland to win the game. Yeah,
that's what they used
there
to
you
call
go.
him. I don't know why, because he definitely weren't the
GOAT. Yeah, no.
But that was his nickname. That's what they used to call him.
Yeah. So then, yeah, and then I think you nicked it on the last day. You was a point in front. We won, and we thought we've done enough here. And you lot were 0-0 as last we knew. You know, it's that shit where you're on the last game of the season and someone sends a shit result round. That's Mickey Mouse. You see it all the time normally, and everyone starts cheering. And it's a load of bollocks.
Liverpool this season.
Yeah. I think someone done a Newcastle score. He travels around the ground. Oh no, I ain't. Oh, what fucker done that? You know what I mean? And then you won 1-0 as well. Some shitty goal, and then you got fourth place, and then Bale left that season after that. But again, the atmosphere of that game was second to none. Absolute mental. But my arsehole was for the last 20 minutes because it was like a bit. You were coming at us, and then I thought, oh fucking hell. So as soon as we get under pressure back in the day, still sometimes now we just know it's coming, especially against you fuckers. You lot find a way to get one. It's just to fucking wind me up something rotten. Amount of times we've dominated and you lot managed to pull out a point or something like that. Very rarely does it go the other way. If we're shit, we get tonked. If you shit, you'll manage to pull out a point. So then my other top game was the Harry Kane double.
Yeah.
So I think it might be 2015. You went 1-0 up, Ozil. Yeah. Being behind that goal, giving it all that silly fucking shit that they do. Whatever. Do you know what I mean? I can't even do it. That's how stupid it is. And he was like, here we go. And that's when Poch had only really just started. It was might have been his first full season, something like that. Or second season. But he got rid of all the shit first. And then he started we had Bentaleb and Mason in midfield. Dembele ran the game. I remember that. He was just all over the place. When you see a lot of Dembele's highlight reels in that game, I remember Wilshere trying to get near him. He was like, don't be stupid. Fuck off, little prick. Yeah, probably got injured that game as well. So 1-0 up. We're going half time. I think we've been a better team by a mile. You lot just nicked one. So we're like, come on. And then I think you had Ospina in goal that game because you lot just do that silly chance every time we kick the ball.
Yeah, Ospina.
Yeah, and all that crap. So then corner comes in. I think Alvaro knotted it on. Ospina saves it. Kane's there. Side foot volley. Bang, bottom corner. 1-1. Here we go. Let's fucking win this now. Because we've been a better team in this game. And then, maybe about 70 minutes, mid-70s, something like that. Cross on Bentaleb. That's when Kane done that. You know that looping header?
Yeah, I remember.
I was right behind that because I used to sit just sort of right to the corner of that goal. And then you see it coming and you see him edit. And I swear it took an hour to travel to the net.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm holding on to my mate. Yeah. And I said, that's in. He's like, no. I said, that's in. And then you see it just.
Hand, just over the top of the hand.
Yeah. Great header. Yeah. Absolute great header. Yeah.
I remember that.
Alan Shearer-esque, that was. Yeah.
I was out in Prague. I was in a sports bar in Prague watching that one. Yeah.
Oh, that was a shame, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. So I was
Did you ruin your holiday?
I had a couple of yids with me, and to say.
Hey. Yeah, but that was great, and that's when Kane sort of announced himself to Derby. And that game, I think the season before that was when that soppy pirate on Arsenal Fan TV was like, "Whose name's Harry Kane?" and all that sort of shit. You remember that? Remember him? I think he got a kick in that game and all. Actually, I heard because he's not going to recognise. I know a lot of them Arsenal Fan TV mob when they got there, they sort of you don't see that tie. Yeah, you don't see that tie wearing all the club shop on that game.
That's when he has a day off that day.
Yeah.
Club
yeah, he wears. That's it.
Yeah.
And but I did hear about that pirate getting a clump. Someone give him a kick in again, which I don't condone. But you can't hide looking like that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Geezer looks like Jack Sparrow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not exactly he's not got to stand that.
Yeah. If he's in Camden, he might have done, but
yeah, Chalk Farm and Camden Lock, he probably would have.
But I got one. My one worst. My last one. My worst one was the. You'll probably remember it at the Emirates. 2-0 up half time. We were cruising. I think it was Harry Redknapp in charge again. We were flying. You couldn't touch us. We were doing well in the league, and then 2-1, 2-2. Then I think it was about 10 minutes to go. Yunus Kabul.
It's 5 minutes. I remember 85 minutes.
Yunus, and what made it worse was geezer we go with couldn't go. So I said to one of my yid mates, "Oh, do you want to come? Fancy coming along?" So he's sitting next to me. As soon as it went in, I could just feel him fucking squeezing the old fucking leg, hey, get in there. And he obviously couldn't say anything, but you just think, for fuck's sake.
I've had that experience.
It must have been worth for him.
Sava's in. All right, Sava. Top man. Sava sorted out all our graphics for us. Real top man. Appreciate all your help with that, mate. Not top man.
But yeah, I remember that Yunus. And when did Yunus Kabul ever score? Fucking.
Yeah, I remember. Do you know what? I remember that day because I couldn't watch it because my car was booked in for a service, so I had to get to there, and it was like, for fuck's sake, the time, and it was the only time I could get it done. So I missed the first half. I listened to it driving down on the radio, and I was like, "Thank fuck, I'm missing this." I was going nuts because I remember driving with my old dear because where I got the car serviced was down the road from my granddad's house, so I went there while they wait for the service and all that. Yeah. So I'm driving down. She knows, shut the fuck up, yeah, as most people do when I'm watching any football match, but definitely that game. Just don't get involved. Yeah, Mrs. goes out normally. Don't get involved. Yeah, don't talk about it's give them all the ball or why is it, shut up. Yeah, just don't do it. I'm driving down. Yeah, I'm fucking fuming driving down, tuning up. Fucking yeah. Get home. I thought, all right, second half can't get any worse than what I've just listened to. Get the old Sky on, sitting there. 2-1. Come on, here we go. I remember, that was Bale's goal. That was a lovely little finish, and that was when Defoe out jumped. I think it was Clichy, wasn't it? And if you get him out jumped by Defoe, that says something. Yeah. And then Van der Vaart the penalty because all your players are tarts and get them. Oh, I can't let the ball hit me on the head. All of them put their arms up. About all four of them like that because they're a load of.
He was a fucking nightmare against us, that geezer. Oh, fucking
Van der Vaart. And then Van der Vaart, and then Van der Vaart scored the penalty, giving it all that. Fucking loved him. He got it. He got that derby straight away. He felt it. Plus, he loved scoring against you as well. And then the Kabul got his one, and that was it. I went fucking Garrity. There's Guna pub outside our estate. I ran in there. I ran all around it. Got called everything under the sun, as you can imagine.
Pint glass at the head,
yeah. You fuck off, you can't. I was like, hey. Yeah, they're all mates of mine, but they're all Gooners. Yeah, because obviously I'm in Gooner. I live in Gooner territory. It's fucking getting out of that. You can't. I mean, giving it all large, then fucked off. Didn't even buy a pint. Yeah, because I'd have got slaughtered.
Yeah.
I remember that well because that's our only victory there, isn't it? In the league, apart from the cup one, we don't exactly do well there. We've many times we've been a better team.
I can't think of another time you beat it.
No.
Well, to be honest, we don't never. I think it was obviously 24 games that the away team hasn't won at the home side. 24 games in a row now. So it's one of them. That's probably one of the last actual defeats away.
Yeah.
As for a home team,
as for being in like enemy territory, as you said when you was in with the Spurs fans, I remember on an honourable mention the game where we beat you 1-0 at Wembley when Kane scored a header. When we was at Wembley while the stadium was getting done. I remember I was in a Gooner pub then, and I mean this was a Gooner pub. The fucking walls are draped with Gooner shit, soppy flags and kits and you name it. The toilets, do you know what I mean? All the carsies are every Gooner. It's pure Gooner. And I used to play football with these lads. They're like, "Come watch it now." And I'm like, "No, you're all right." It's only a small pub as well. No, they'd be all right. It's all right in there. It's all cool. And two of my Gooner mates invited me. And they said, "Oh, it's all right. Nothing's happened. Like, we know everyone in there." All right. And I thought it'd be a laugh. So I go in there. And one of the lads who we played football with, he sort of, I would say he runs a pub, but he couldn't, like, if he says, "No, he's all right. No one to get out of their pram." But so there's a couple of times where we needed to score. And I was, fucking hell. And I'm like, and when I mean the pub is packed. It's absolutely packed. Yeah.
Shoulder to shoulder, one of them.
Yeah. And I'm at the front as well, so I'm not in the back. I'm at the front. And Kane scores, and I go, "Yes!" And then I just sort of remember where I was for a split second, and they're like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mate went, "Oh, don't, Pete, for fuck's sake." And this was a pub in Cali Road. Do you know Cali Road? Obviously, it's near that shithole of a stadium of yours, just up the road. Yeah. So it's like 5 minutes walk. That's how close it is. Yeah. Two brewers, my mates John and Steve, and then we nearly scored again. And I went, and he said, "Look, Pete, I've stopped them once. I don't think I'll be able to do it again. So if you score, you better shut up, because you're going through that fucking window." Because obviously they were fuming. I was like, "Oh, all right. Oh, do you know what I mean?" Fucking, but it's a great experience. So after full time, I got out there a bit lively. They'd be putting it that way. I don't think I waited for full time. I think I slipped out. I'll see you later, boys. Yeah.
I won't drink
up the road. Yeah. If you finish that, see you later. Yeah. Fucking hell. Because they were fucking steaming. Well, we got a question here from Giuseppe again. Does Harry think Arsenal will finish above Tottenham this season?
We sort of covered this sort of last time, but yeah,
yeah, you said about Chelsea. You're going to finish above Chelsea, didn't you?
Well, I think we should be going for third. I think that, to me,
I've got to stop there. 1 minute. The public service announcement is this channel does not endorse drug taking. Now, I know he's clearly on it. I know he's clearly on something saying that they're going to finish above Chelsea, but so we don't endorse drug taking of any kind.
Chelsea are going to finish out the top 4, mate. I got a feeling. But yeah, no, I think if you didn't have Conte, I would be really confident we will finish above you this year. But I just think there's something about that geezer. He just gets results, no matter what. That year he had at Chelsea with Victor Moses playing right wing.
Don't start all that. Don't start talking about that. Do not start talking about that, because we have got a Spurs fan like, "Oh, he can do it." Lucas Moura now, he's a repackaged right winger. So he's done it before with Moses, and then before it was Bergwijn, and we can do it. Oh, fuck off! Just buy a right winger.
Yeah,
Like, because he did it with Moses. Bear in mind, Moses he didn't make him into. People say, "I made him into a world class right wing back." No, he didn't. He made him into an effective right wing back for one season, because he used his attributes. He went, right, this geezer's got pace, he's got power. I haven't got one. He'll do, yeah. Because after that, he never saw him again. He had one good season. You couldn't even tell me who he plays for now.
It's a bit easier when you got John Terry playing next to you and all, isn't it?
Yeah, and you had Eden Hazard and all that. Do you know what I mean? But this is now Spurs fans thinking that he's some sort of magician that can turn anyone into a right wing back. And bear in mind, he's had a year, 9 months Emerson Royal, and he still can't turn him into a footballer, let alone a fucking right wing back.
But yeah, no, I would be confident. If we didn't have Conte, I'd say 100% we could definitely get it. But I think there's something about him. But I think it'd be tight again. But I was saying to a few of my mates before, I got a feeling this season one of the traditional top 6. So your City, your Liverpool, one of them, obviously not them two, but Chelsea, Man United, someone's gonna have a real bad season. Because I think the Premier League's quite now with Newcastle. Newcastle finished well. Villa have got to do better, surely. They're signing some real good players. I know they've got Gerrard, but I think one of them is going to finish outside the top 10.
Outside the top 10?
Top 10.
Fucking hell.
You have a real bad... It's one of them, once you get to... They'll sack the geezer by the time it's at the World Cup. Whoever manager it is. And
I think Tuchel could go early, I think, because something don't look right there. I don't buy this fact that Chelsea is shit all of a sudden, because they've got quality players and quality squad, and they will spend money.
Yeah, they are, but
something's clearly not clicking there all of a sudden.
Yeah, you've got a lot of players that actually want out.
Defensive. It's too defensive. But I'm not buying. Yeah, we've known about them for ages. That was always in the pipeline.
They want out, but they're still there
because no one wants them. They're old.
They're struggling to find players to come in. Every player they go for, Barcelona just nick them.
Yeah, well, apart from that, yeah. But I think they will sort it out because they've just got the money to do it. Plus, they've got the pedigree. But at the top 10, that's a big call.
I think someone's going to have a real shocker.
Hopefully, it's fucking you.
Remember that year Chelsea won the Champions League, but then finished like 9th or whatever that one?
Yeah. Hopefully, it'll be you lot that finish out the top 10.
Well, yeah, it'd be nice for you, wouldn't it? Yeah. But no, I think we'll have a good season. Everything's looking good at the moment.
I think we will finish above you. I'm not as confident as I was sort of before the season. I thought we'd have done more. I mean, it's still like 5 weeks for the window to close. There's still for both teams to do business. I think you might have done the most of yours because you spent what 100 odd million again.
Yeah, 120.
We've not. So the optimistic side of me, which don't come out very often, thinks we might pull a couple of more players out. But the realistic side of me said they'd just like to be as shit as the ones we've already bought because we don't buy top class players. But we'll see. But I still think with our goal scoring power, I think one injury to Jesus. I mean, we got Kane. If he gets injured, the whole team's fucked. At least we still got Son to try and do something with. If Jesus gets injured, you're back to Big Eddie.
Oh yeah, I agree. I would say
and then you finish in 10th.
Yeah. I bet for me, we do need another one. There's no. I don't know why you would go into a season with one striker and Nketiah. You need another.
Still one striker. Still one striker.
Yeah. Especially when you look back at the old, like sort of the old 10, 15 years ago, teams would have 4 top quality strikers. Now you're struggling to get 2. It's odd. Obviously,
we're struggling to get 1 top quality right wing back.
Football's changed, but obviously for me, you need a lot more than that.
Okay, so that's our top 3 and our worst 3. Pre-season, last round of pre-season games this week.
Emirates Cup.
We will review them. We will review them Monday. See how we got on. So Emirates Cup for you. Who's playing in that?
Well, it's only one game. Yeah,
it's only one game now.
Yeah, Seville must have gone through the. It's Seville we've got. They must have gone through.
We played them. Not a bad side.
They must have. Yeah, well, they must have qualified. They must have done.
Right.
Gone through the qualifications and.
I bet that was hard.
Yeah. But from what I'm obviously where it used to be the Saturday and Sunday. I think for some reason it's just the Saturday. But I think from my understanding is the women are going to play first against the Seville women's side. And then obviously the men will then play after. For what reason, I don't know. Just don't call it the Emirates Cup. Just call it a friendly. But
yeah. Well, I remember the Emirates Cup is you've got to win that no matter what, don't you? Because you make the rules up on the day. I remember that one. Was it Red Bull or whatever they were called?
4 points for a draw.
Yeah, I mean, was it Red Bull who actually? I think they were like a point ahead of you in the final table, wasn't it, or something, or 2 points? They'd beat you as well, but somehow you managed to come away with the Emirates Cup.
Yeah, we won. Yeah,
you had more shots. You had more shots or something.
We won one game, but like, you get a point per goal as well. So I think one game.
Oh, right.
Won. So
yeah. They quickly made that up before. Oh, yeah, we've won it. Yeah. That was cringe. That was cringe, making the rules up.
Yeah, I think Les is right. I think injuries at the World Cup, I think that could change a lot.
Big time.
When you look at people like Salah, not going to the World Cup, so you're gonna have sort of a month off.
Big time.
Especially what would do Arsenal a favour really is if England went far. I don't think they will, but if they went sort of to the final and Kane's playing every game, that would do us a real favour, really.
So Saka potentially.
Yeah.
He likes him. I don't think that'd be a problem with Southgate, mate. I think they'll all be home and dry early doors.
Yeah, no, I think his luck's got to run out soon, isn't it?
Well, should have run out a long time ago, mate. But he'll get through the group, and then I think we've got America. Who's our group? Is it America?
Iraq? Is it Iraq or Iran?
Iran. That'd be a good game, wouldn't
it? And
America. I think America will be a tough game. We've got some decent players now.
We've got big Matty Turner in goal.
Yeah, Will Stewart. You know, one of the podcasters, Statman, big Yank. He's not having none of it. Giuseppe, obviously, yeah. I worry about that game. I worry about any game with England, really. You know.
Well, was it the last time we played America? Was the what's the name, wasn't it?
Was it Rob Green one, wasn't it? Yeah. I remember watching that pub. Yeah, I think, what are you doing, you fucking idiot? But you know the Iran game or whatever it is it'd be what back 5, 2 hold midfielders.
Yeah.
Iran, yeah.
Last minute winner, yeah.
Yeah.
Wales, that's the one.
Wales, that's it. The Taffies, yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not.
Shit, wait. Yeah,
We should.
that's not a given. England will come out of that group as winners, but I think that now you got to finish third in it. It's getting a bit silly now. These silly the way they're doing it. Third, you get like the third place team can go through to playoff or something.
This World Cup with the sort of 8 extra teams, isn't it?
Something like that. So we've got Roma in Israel, all places. There's 2 games. That sort of little tournament there worries me because we're
Roma's announcement of Dybala.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was going to Tottenham anyway, Dybala, for every year for 4 years.
Yeah, well,
I thought you were cooking.
Depends who you listen to. Yeah, well, Paratici's cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've made contact. We've had this and that discussion. All bollocks, usual shit from all these silly fan accounts. I mean, to be honest, the way Tottenham fans carry on sometimes about any signing, they'd have rolled same thing for like Jed Spence if they got a chance. They'd all been tearing down a high road for him. Like, why? But yeah, but it's Jose as well. Obviously, he's got unfinished business, isn't he? I just know if they score, he's going to run around the pitch, especially if Levy's there, be giving it all that. Yeah, he ain't letting that go. Do you know what I mean?
They're a decent side now as well.
Well, yeah, of course they are. But yeah, that one. Yeah, they obviously got Dybala, Zaniolo. They got loads of good players. But he will definitely want to get one over on us. And to be honest, in pre-season, I'm not. All I've seen is more of what we saw a lot last season, which is struggle to break teams down, out wide being an absolute pony, and an over reliance on Kane and Son. For some reason, the new signings haven't really been integrated yet into the team, which I thought that was the whole point of pre-season. Well, I mean, we played Rangers last week. Basuma, all the signings were on a bench, and then they come on bit by bit. Like, when are they going to get in the team then? That's this whole point of pre-season.
Well, I'd have thought last game of pre-season is pretty much what going to be.
You got to start your 11. What you think's going to go next season?
I'd have thought so.
Well, you got to in it. You got to at least have one game together. You got Southampton the following week.
I'd have thought so. Yeah. Well, we got Palace on the Friday, didn't we? So I'd have thought that'd be the time to. This is going to be me 11, and you sort of you go from
like
there.
To think, but with us, anything's possible. But obviously, we've still got 5 weeks left of the window, so a lot can happen.
Yeah, I think we might do. It's more getting out now, and it's getting players out. I think for a lot of teams.
Yeah. We'll talk about it Monday. We'll have a
proper debrief.
Yeah, I got a funny feeling we'll both be like. Different. Seville are no mugs.
When we do them 4-0, we'll put the shivers up the league.
A fucking day off, mate.
Well, the shivers up the league. You wait till when we demolish Palace.
Remember, you got to give me 20 quid after the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Friday night away game. That is a definite loss for you. You are not beating Palace. You just about scraped. They battered you. They always batter you there anyway.
Yeah, we're not actually very good against Palace.
No.
Yeah, I don't think Arteta's beaten Vieira either. So, Arteta's not beaten Vieira yet, so they took 5 points off us last season.
Yeah, I said on Monday we'll review the pre-season games and we'll preview the first games of the season.
Yeah, I reckon so.
So, anyone in the comments? Any questions? Any honourable mentions of Spurs and Arsenal games you want to talk about?
Spurs have many players to ship off.
Oh, fuck me, do we? Yeah. The list is endless.
You can get a starting 11.
Yeah, do you want Ndombele? We'll do your deal. We'll do your job lot. You can have Ndombele, Lo Celso, Winks.
Well,
we do a little package deal, and if we do it, I'll take it. Okay, yeah. At least you can run around and do something. So we'll do your package deal, yeah. And Ndombele, Lo Celso, Winks. 80 million? But if you take Emerson Raw as well, we'll put it down to 60.
Well, next year's going to be their year, isn't it?
Yeah, every year.
Every year. What's about the old Rodon deal? What's all that about?
Oh, it's for me. I mean, we had a lot of debate in our little WhatsApp group the other day. For me, it's a no-brainer to get him out. At the moment, he's not FA Cup semi-final. Well, give me a sec, Steve. Come back to that. Let's just show that one. We'll come back to this one, Steve. Give me a second. Yeah, for me, at the moment he's worth nothing. What are you gonna get for him? Nothing. Nowhere near what you paid for him. So,
What'd you pay for him?
I think we paid like 11. I think with add-ons it rose to 18, so only 11. But he's hardly kicked the ball. Let's be honest, he's hardly played. So to try and add value to him is I think it's stupid. Loan him out and either increase his value. I think they got an option to buy him for 20 million euros, which basically more than we make a little profit on him if they want him.
I can't see that being taken.
Yeah, I can't see that. Yeah,
a lot.
Same as I won't be. I don't think we'll be asking Everton for a check anytime soon for the Dele Alli bonuses. But yeah, so to ship him out on loan, he can either come back and still be worth fuck all, or he'll be worth some money and you can sell him.
Yeah,
and add money into your pot. But to try and get rid of him now, I think he's worth nothing. So you're flogging a dead horse. If the others have played, he's only, I think he's mid-20s. But no manager's ever played him really properly. So that tells you what you need to know. Jose didn't want him in the first place. He wanted Skriniar and he gets Joe Rodon, which just shows you how Levy operates. He wonders why it all falls apart. But I don't blame him. It's not his fault. Do you know what I mean? But he's obviously not at the required level. But at the moment, he's worth nothing. So you ain't gonna get any money for him. The others have played football, have gone out on loans, and the rest of it. He hasn't. So, but I see people. Oh, look what he does for Wales. He's great for Wales. But 9 out of 10 Wales will be playing a team like Bosnia, and they're defending for their lives. So when he's got to throw his head into anything or late blocks, lunges, all that sort of thing, he's good for that. A bit like Ben Davies. But when it comes to like coming out with a ball or defending one-on-one, sometimes you're just gonna get skinned alive.
That was the old. Remember old Richard Dunn?
Yeah,
he's one of them that. Yeah, when the back's against the wall, 5 at the back, he'd win everything. You wouldn't get anywhere past him. But as soon as they come out a little bit,
as soon as you isolate him, you just run through him.
Yeah.
So Steve, FA Cup semi-final worth a mention. What one's that? Is that the 91? Obviously, I wasn't there for that. That was the old Gaza.
Yeah, the old free kick. Yeah.
I'm a bit of that.
That was the interview afterwards, wasn't it? The post match when he was a bit tanked up already, wasn't he?
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna get measured from this suit.
Yeah. That was in a day, wasn't it? It was a big thing, wasn't it? As the old FA Cup, you got the suit, you had the song, didn't you? You had the song. Both teams had a song for the FA Cup final.
The days of the old,
that's it, schoolboys home stuff.
First thing in the morning, you'd have the helicopter tracking where the trophy is and all that, wouldn't you?
And all that shit, yeah.
Full day event, yeah.
It used to be, yeah. That's when the cup was big. And we got there you go, one for you.
Opinions on
Giuseppe.
Yeah, you probably know a lot of you probably know a lot more about him than I do. We've got him and who we signed.
Probably say that about most subjects, to be honest.
Well, yeah. The centre back as well we signed. What's his name? He's just gone on loan to Birmingham. But yeah, he'll just be number 2, wouldn't he? He's but obviously how good he is, I'll have to see. I think he's number 1 for the US, isn't he now? So.
Great player. Miss players like that. Anyone else? All 3 of you. 3 people that have sat and watched the whole show. Thank you very much. We appreciate your commitment.
He's the best keeper in the States. Yeah, it'd be interesting. He'll get League Cup games and he'll get FA Cup games, and I'm assuming he'll get Europa League games. There'll be plenty of football for him, and it's obviously up to him to show what he can do, isn't it? Be like a few of our signings, really, though. Don't really know much about them. they're all a bit sort of left field, out of nowhere sort of thing. So it'd be interesting to see what they're about.
I think on that note, mate, it's an hour and 20 minutes. What's that, Giuseppe? He will be a starter there next year.
That's a big
He'll be your number one. Oh,
big claim. Ramsdale had a good season. A young keeper as well.
That was a good sign, actually. It was a good signing. I remember people were like, oh, I remember you doing your fucking nut, actually.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there, I remember being at work with you, like, fucking hell, we signed 25 million, what a waste of money.
That's when I realised
you don't know enough about football.
Arteta was the real GOAT. That's when I realised. Pep's just an Arteta apprentice. That's when I realised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pep's got Arteta pajamas, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Pep prays to the Bible of Arteta every night.
So just to clarify for the three people watching, you're Arteta in, obviously.
Oh yeah, I think he's turned it around. You think when you look from where we were under Emery, football was shit.
I think Emery's a good manager. He wins trophies.
Yeah, he's boring.
Well, I said good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, but
good evenings.
The football's boring when you actually go in there and watch it. It's just pass along the back line and hope something happens.
What about Kroenke's? Kroenke's in, Kroenke's out. Not bothered.
I think it gets up to a lot of sort of unfair stick. People say, "Oh, he don't spend money," but he seems to spend. He spent a good. I think someone said about 600 million since he's been there.
Yeah, it's more than Levy's ever spent. I can tell you
that. I think he's putting his own money in now.
We wish we had owners do that.
They've made a few stupid decisions and that, but on stuff they've like Super League and all that, but they all fell for that, didn't they? But for me, I think he gets a bit more stick than really deserves. I think since his son's come in, we've sort of turned a corner, to be honest. I think everyone was a bit against that, but he seems to be all right. He seems to talk a good talk. But yeah, we'll see.
What happened to the old Spotify bloke? I thought he was buying the club.
Well, yeah, I think that's why Henry gets very bitter about Arsenal at the moment, doesn't he? Because obviously he's involved.
He was in that, wasn't he? Yeah.
Him and Patrick Vieira were all involved, weren't they? So ever since he got sort of the elbow, Henry's been very bitter.
Yeah, can't be any worse than Jamie Redknapp, mate. Look what he's like with us, just because we tin-tacked his old man.
Yeah.
Which I didn't agree with, but all of a sudden we're now crap and this, that, and the other. When his old man was managing, oh yeah, great and all that. And before that, but to be honest, yeah. The thing is with fans, it's knee jerk, isn't it? As you say, one half it'd be Arteta in, the next half Arteta out.
Yeah, I think there's the same with the media though. Like they just say there'll be Maguire was the greatest thing since sliced bread. He had one couple of bad games for Man United. All of a sudden, they're all against him, but then it gets to the point where everyone's against him, they can see that actually the media then turn the other way. Oh no, actually give him a chance. He's lovely. He becomes a favourite again. They seem to flip-flop their position on these players. And it's just fucking odd, isn't it? So
what about Arsenal Fan TV?
Oh, it's idiots, isn't it? The only reason they get on there is because they say stupid things, isn't it? Really, to be honest,
they've sort of set the. They got all this whole YouTubing about football things off the ground, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, they were the original. Robbie done well for himself. To be fair,
he's short of a cue, Bob. Yeah,
he's I wouldn't mind being a pano behind him, but
yeah,
he's smashed it. To be fair, but the reason they get on there is because how many times have you seen like people like Troops? Arteta's got to go. He's fucking useless, and then we start winning 5 games in a row, and he goes, "Oh, come on, you've got to have a bit of faith in him." Yeah, he's.
What one's Troops? Is that one who throws himself about with that little?
Yeah, the one in America now. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
So, but again, it's knee jerk, isn't it? Rather than sort of looking at a bigger. All right, we didn't finish top 4 last year, but everyone can. You can't tell me a person that don't look at our club now and say, actually, they're playing a lot better than they were 2 years ago.
To be honest, I love Arsenal fan TV when you lot lose.
Well, yeah, it's the only time it gets views.
It's the go-to thing, isn't it? No one gives a shit when they win. It's the go-to thing. When they lose, it's everyone popcorn out. AFTV tonight. Yeah. And you do get some classics.
Someone nicks DTs out and
yeah, but fair play to that Robbie. Obviously, he sort of set the got it all off the ground. A lot of people are now following his footsteps. He ain't done bad for himself. But I remember that or when it went mainstream was when you got pumped by Villa, wasn't it? 3-1. When that geezer pointing the fucking finger on.
wasn't it? Yeah,
and all that. Yeah, Wenger and who was the other geezer at the time? Gazidis, that was it.
Yeah, I think that was
taking the pride out of it. Yeah, you got pumped the first game of the season. Because I remember that we had a poker night around my ass, and it was I think 3 of us and a gooner. And remember back in the day when Sky, you could choose press the red button and choose what game you wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And we had that on repeat all night. He's like, lads, you're taking the piss all night. It's my fucking house, my rules. Yeah, we're playing poker. My mate Tommy had to suffer it all night. Fucking brilliant. At 3-1, that was a proper pumping. And then I remember there was another one. There's been a couple of the early door rumpings you get early door of the season. I think they're some of the best videos. The last season, obviously, the Brentford one, and then the Liverpool one, where I think it was 4-3 in the end, but they battered you that game. And then I think West Ham turned you over 3-0 once, didn't they?
They batter us every game, Liverpool. Only the last. Obviously, they didn't beat us for years, and then since sort of Klopp sort of went in, we ain't gone anywhere. We ain't got a sniff of them ever. They've always smashed us.
Yeah, Stephen, you fan cam. What was it? No fan. What was that thing? Fan zone. That was it on Sky, wasn't it?
Yeah,
when you had the fans watch. That was always good. I don't think I could do that personally with a gooner.
Or the old, the other player cam? Why do you want to watch one player?
Fuck that, yeah. Follow around the pitch and all that. Watch him scratching his ass quickly, or you know what I mean, picking his ooter.
Yeah.
But the fan zone, I do miss that. I don't know why they stopped that. Because that was great. You think now that'd be great putting that in now. But I don't think you could have. I remember hearing an interview with a couple of people that have done that. I think a geezer who did it with West Ham, and he was like, I was ready to hit him, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's probably why they stopped it.
Yeah.
Imagine how much it has to be vetted now to go on that.
Jesus. Go through your Twitter feed and all that.
Someone's one stupid remark during a game. Imagine it. Cool, that'd be it. Wouldn't it?
Yeah. But I don't know how they do that. I'm not especially a heated North London derby, and not want to punch a geezer's head in.
Yeah. I never used to get the derby games. How can you just sit there when you're getting pumped and the geezer just taking a piss at you straight to your face, and you're just sitting there
jumping all over and all that. I can't do that. Fair play to anyone, the ones that did do it. But yeah, I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
Right, I think we'll call that a night, mate.
Call that a night there.
So thank you for that. Thank you for everyone who watched. We will be back Monday, 8:00. Yeah.
Follow the Twitter, follow the Instagram, tell your mates.
That's it. Get more people in so we can have a bit of more of a rowdy discussion.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got a gooner here to mug off. So
too many years. Yes. Tell your gooner mates, get in here.
We don't have gooner mates, mate. That's your job. Yeah. Obviously, you ain't got no gooner mates because they'd be here. But yeah, on that note, we will be back Monday at 8:00 reviewing the weekend's pre-season. Somehow Arsenal will find a way to win the Emirates Cup, even though they'll probably lose 3-0, but they managed to still win the trophy somehow. And no doubt Spurs. And no doubt we'll be talking about something Mourinho's done on the night, because that's guaranteeing it. You know what he's like.
Hopefully he's punched Conte.
Conte kill him. But he's probably Conte. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, Levy fucked me up," and he's like, "Yeah, he's doing it to me. He's doing it to me now as well. I know how you feel."
He's pulled off Conte's syrup and running down the touchline.
I know how you feel. They'll probably say, "Oh, hey, shit, isn't he? Oh yeah, he's shit that one. I remember him. Yeah, fucking hell." Tell him I asked for Skriniar, I got Joe Rodon.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He'd probably say, I asked for right wing, but I got Jed Spence. So there you go.
Yeah.
And now I got to mate Emerson, Lucas Moore into one because he won't go and buy one. But anyway, thank you everyone who watched. See you Monday.
everyone.
And yourself. And see you later, mate.
See you later.
Bye.